into the online broadcast network, Afterbuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. Afterbuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akaman. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ultimate Fighter After Show here on AfterBuzz TV, Season 21, Week 6 already. We're at about the halfway mark.
We are.
I'm Suri Serano. Very excited about the show and our guests that we have on. But first, I'm going to introduce to you my co-host, Mr. J. Tan.
Hey, lady.
How are you doing?
All right. How are you?
Good.
We're a slimmed down community this show, right?
We are. Jared is not here today, but we'll be back with us.
Weight.
He's out making weight.
He's cutting in the sauna, and we could not put a microphone in there lest it, damage properties. So
I didn't know he was the fighter of the show.
That's the explanation.
So.
And over on the couch today is Alexis Torres.
Hi guys, I'm keeping track of the live chat, and any questions you have to hashtag ABTV tough.
Love it. Yes, that's right. If you have any questions for us or our guest, we have Black Zillion's Jason Jackson on the show with us, Skyping in from Florida today. Are you there with us, Jason? Are you here? Nope, not yet. Well, he will be joining us shortly, so stay tuned. If you have any questions for him, reach out to Alexis over there manning our computers. Where to find us? AfterBuzz TV, AfterBuzzTV.com. You can find us on YouTube.com/AfterBuzzTV. Also on iTunes, SoundCloud, and also hashtag ABTVTough. That's where you can reach out to us if you have any questions, right? So let's discuss this week's episode.
Fight through the pain, they call it.
Fight through the pain, I know. We shall do that this show.
Kids.
Right. Well, we watched Jason on Tough Talk last night. What's your take on him?
Jason's an interesting guy. I'm really looking forward to talking with him. One, because I'm a big reggae fan, and him being from Jamaica. Wagwan, brethren. But he's a guy that strikes me very much as, I don't want to say trying to play a character, but there's a little bit of that. I think it comes from a certain playfulness that is just inherent in him. And
he is kind of playful.
He's definitely playful. I think it rubs a lot of people the wrong way. Yeah, right? He was all over the place. Couldn't understand half the stuff that him and, who was it, Steve Carl, right?
Yes.
And Steve Carl were both on the show last night, and they were going off. It seemed like there was a heated rivalry there, but it also seemed like it was playfulness.
Yes, it's hard to tell.
I was waiting for it to get to a certain level when Karen Bryant and Michael Bisping would say, all right, guys, chill, calm down.
Right.
But it never did get there.
Right.
But I think if they weren't there, it would have gone there for sure.
You think?
I'm
kind of on the fence with it. I think he might be online now. Jason, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here with you.
Hi. Oh, there you are. We can see you. Thank you so much for taking time to be on the show.
Oh, is that your son?
Yeah, this is my son, yes.
All right.
Aww.
Well, go on, brethren.
Oh, God.
There's that smile we've come to see every week, your playful smile. We love it. Thank you for, thank you for taking time. What a week and what a fight this week.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you so much. I think I deserve it.
Mm-hmm. What you've been watching the show week to week? Obviously, you've lived it. You've seen what its differences between what you remember versus the show itself?
I don't miss a moment or episode of it.
Nah?
Not at all.
Okay, so talk to us then, especially Tough Talk. Now, you must be back in Florida by now, yeah?
Yes, I'm in Florida.
All right, but you were in studio here in LA for Tough Talk yesterday.
I was there back to back, actually. I was there last week, and I came this week, and I flew out, and I just got here at 6 o'clock yesterday morning.
Oh, wow. All right.
So
what the stuff we just started to talk about, you and Steve Carl, all that back and forth on Tough Talk.
Oh, God.
You were having fun with that.
Nice guy, man. Definitely. He mentioned my name before, so you know, I thought he had something to say to me, so I just best if I confront her in front of everybody, so we don't hear he say, she say. You know, that's why I actually brought him on my show. You know, because it's my movie. So, you know, I wanted to say what he had to say in front of the whole world.
You know, we were talking, it was hard to tell if there was a heated rivalry or if it was playful. It bounced back and forth. You know, is it more of a rivalry, or do you have, you know, is there tension between you and some of the other fighters? It seems to be, but then you're also quite playful.
Well, you know, I don't have to be serious, you know, because I like it when people don't take me serious. But when I put them on their butt, then that's when they're going to take me serious.
It's a little bit of mind games, yeah?
Yeah, I don't need a switch personality. I'm always going to be me, no matter what or who it is. I'm always going to be me. So, you know, everybody can get used to this side of me.
Well, I think we have a fan question for you, Alexis. What is it?
So, Joseph Boza, since we're talking about your awesome personality on the show, do you feel like you were represented well on the show? Because sometimes, you know, shows like this, especially in reality, they tend to edit, you know, a certain way, and they're, you know, portrayed that way. Did you feel like they represented you correctly or well or anything like that?
Well, it doesn't matter how they put me out there. Once, you know, my fan get to meet the real Jason, they will know who I am. They appreciate me, you know, a lot better. And, you know, they'll understand who I am. And, you know, I'm just being me on the show. And if they did cut something out, don't take nothing away from me. I'm still me. I'm Jason.
Yeah, do you, buddy. That's awesome.
My question, you guys talked about this on Tough Talk about the bacon cooking part of the show, and Steve Carl said, you know, you accused him of eating bacon when he was supposed to be cutting weight, and he says he wasn't cooking bacon. So who's telling the truth there? Like, what was that? Why would he deny that?
Of course, because that's, like I said, their skills cannot get them TV time. So they will do anything crazy and outrageous to get a little more TV time. But guess what? TV comes to Jason naturally, so I don't need to go out my way.
Oh my gosh.
The ass-kicking machine got cameras on him 24/7, right?
Oh, man.
Right? You know, I'm just enjoying it, man. He knew that he was eating bacon. They got it on camera. I'm surprised they didn't show that.
And you
was recording it.
And you ain't digging on the swine, correct?
What was that?
You ain't digging on the swine, right?
I'm just saying, at the moment, you know what I'm saying, it's way in. The same day you get them eating bacon, there's something wrong.
Right. Not a good strategy because it's high in sodium, keeping water in. So you think he was doing that just to get create some drama, huh?
Oh, absolutely. He knows that. He knows that. He know what he was doing.
What was
Because
Sorry,
if you think about it, he only have half a pound. Half a pound?
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. If you could run outside and spit that off. So you know what he was doing.
What was your experience overall like being in that house? Did you have any issues, you know, or I mean mentally it's a challenge being in a house with all those guys for all those weeks. Would you do it again?
Absolutely. As long as I'm getting paid, I would do it.
Tell it like it is.
What advice would you give to people, for new fighters that are coming in for the new season, that they should watch out for, being in a house and going through the whole experience?
I say you believe in yourself. Don't even care what nobody else tells you. Just as long as you know yourself, you believe in yourself, and be who you are. Follow your guts. Don't let nobody tell who you are, and always work hard and believe you could do it. That's all. That's all I believe in when I was in the house. Believe in myself. I don't care what anyone or whoever that think they know me, but they don't know Jason Jackson. I knew who the real Jason Jackson was, so I believed in him.
Awesome.
You clearly believe in yourself and are not lacking in confidence. Where do you think that you could improve?
Definitely, I could improve a lot more in my ground game, and you know, I could improve a lot, and you know, now I'm just starting to get in my real skin and the real Jason Jackson, get comfortable with what I do. But I only been in the game for 5 years, and it took me 5 years to accomplish what somebody accomplished in 10 years. So it's a lot to come, Jason. I'm still young, and you know, I'm around the right people. So learning is not the question. I'm definitely gonna learn something new.
If you can, let's take a step back. You talked about 5 years in the sport. You a couple of things I want to touch on. One is to hear about how you got into MMA. Now, you've been with ATT the whole time, yeah, or no?
Oh no, never join them. Never will.
I'm sorry.
He meant Black Zillions. He meant Black Zillions.
Take a shot. I'll take a shot after after the episode.
As you should.
What I meant to say. I'm sorry. Black Zillions.
What was that? Like a year and a half ago.
Yeah. What got you into the sport, man?
What was that?
What got you into the sport?
When after I finished high school in 2010, you know, I had a rough life, man. I was staying with family members, you know, and I didn't have like I could say support. But I was at home and I was just watching the promo for Chuck Liddell and Quentin Rampage on TV.
Now that was a UFC match or the Pride match?
Yes. So it wasn't even a Pride match. It was in the UFC.
Okay.
And the way Chuck Liddell was just, he was just doing his thing. It just inspired me right there. And then I told my auntie, like, I was so amazed. I was like, that's what I want to do. And she looked at me with a Jamaican accent. Said, "You're my boy."
Lick shots, Grandma.
She's like, "You want to knock your eye out?" I'm like, "They're not gonna knock my eye out." In a year after I said that, I came back and I gave her my first amateur belt and said, "I told you I was gonna do it." Wow. And who would know that I'll be here where I'm at right now, doing an interview with you guys?
Yeah, and this is just the springboard, my friend. I think for you.
I think so. Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about your fight against Marcelo Althea, American Top Team. Jay, I'm sure you have some questions about the fight.
Yeah, it's. I watched it twice. Scored it. It was close. I almost said JJ. I don't know if you go by that, but it was Jason won. Yeah. All right. So Jason won by majority decision. Two judges saw it. Yeah, saw it for him, and one saw it as a tie. Was quite close. Lot of strategy, and at least my first viewing, I thought the first round was quite close. Jason was getting off better with the striking. You seem to be working a lot from the outside, circling around and moving. And Grillo never quite really got your timing. He would get you clinched against the cage a little bit, but couldn't quite get the takedown. Certainly not enough to do much of anything. And then the second round, you just kind of ran off with it. He really did not. He was there even less, I felt, in the second round than the first one.
Well, like I said, the first round was more of a feeling out session. I was still trying to get on like the timing on my check hooks, and I don't know how the guy hit, so I was make sure keep my distance, feel them out right. First round, I spent a lot of time feeling them out, setting up, feinting them, freezing them, feinting them, freezing them. A lot of people didn't realize that. That's what had Marcelo stuck, the feint and the freeze. Mm-hmm. So, you know, once I freeze him up, he couldn't get off. Mentally, not physically, because he was physically there, but mentally he wasn't. Yeah. And like I said, at the second round, I knew I had this guy beat. I knew I'd break him. He tried everything in his power to get in. And I just kept the footwork, the movement, the angles, and just kept on popping with the jabs and let him run into stiff jabs. A lot of people don't know that because they don't understand the fight game. They thought I was running like a chicken, but hey, you can think that all you want.
Running like a chicken. Really quick. Would you agree with Dana White's assessment that that Grillo was taken out of it when you knocked his mouthpiece out of his mouth, that mentally he was just done?
Dana White is a fan. And obviously, you could tell what team he's on because he sounded a little biased to me in most of his video, but I'm not going to take it to heart. I'm there to do what I'm there to do. It's okay. You could be a fan of the sport as well and the owner, so I don't really like judge what Dana White says or, you know, Dana White, I guess he knows MMA, but I don't think he knows nothing about Jason Jackson.
You know, I just meant, do you think that he was accurate that in his assessment that you took Grillo out of it after that hit? No. Okay.
No. Not at all. Absolutely not. He's wrong on that prediction right there.
Okay.
Because it was the setup, the feint, the setup, change level, the feint, and the jab. It was frustrating. If you can't hit something you can't find, you hear what my man Glenn said. He's like a GPS.
Yeah.
Find Jason. So if you can't hit the target, you're gonna get frustrated. And a lot of people, they don't have that strong mind to keep going.
Now, you guys, obviously both teams have been, staking their claim for that city for a while. Everybody, it seems like it's a small community in regional MMA, just wherever you go. I'm wondering how familiar you guys were, either yourself or the whole team in general, on what ATT was bringing to this season, what guys they were, and how familiar you were, what your thoughts were with going in to face Grillo in this match.
Grillo, since day one, before I even went inside the house, the one question I asked, number one question, who is their top guy? Because I was like, who is their top guy? That's the guy I want to prove myself against. And, that's where I kind of more targeted their top guys. And, what a coincidence, everything just went the right way and we matched up. So I was kind of a little bit confused. Like, did they know I wanted to fight Gorilla or something?
What other guys did you or do you want to fight?
Like in on this team?
On the team, yeah.
Like I said, I wouldn't mind fighting Hyder, and damn sure don't mind fighting Steve Carl. So anybody on this squad, I love fighting. I enjoy it. A lot of people don't understand that. Enjoy it to the T.
Yeah, if they don't book you guys on, once the season's over, you and Steve Carl, if they don't jump on booking that match, then there's, bring it to my show. I'll book it on my show, my man.
Yeah, I would love to attend your show.
So, as we've said, this personality that comes out, you're having fun, you want to be not taken seriously and enjoy it all. And also speaking about Chuck and Rampage, in the research and in reading about you a little bit, we also noted you're a bit of a pro wrestling fan, yeah?
Love wrestling, love WWE.
Oh shucks! All right, man. Oh, there we go. We got.
Come from?
What's that now?
Where do you think the charisma come from?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. It struck me you must be a pro wrestling guy, all having this fun and knowing to be able to be serious when you got to, but then have fun on the times that you don't have to be serious. So to that end, I know you're going to have a strong opinion about this. Are you a Bret Hart guy or a Shawn Michaels guy? And I think I know the answer.
I'm not either.
What?
Ooh.
What?
I'm more of a Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah,
The Rock.
get it, buddy. You and I, we're awesome.
Who were your favorites when you were coming up? Like, who did you watch I know The Rock was one, right?
Number one.
Yeah.
Inspired me.
Oh, that's great. Well, can I ask you, since you're a huge wrestling fan and you have a very large, colorful personality, has that been done on purpose? When you have a camera in front of you, are you on because that's what sells tickets and gets people invested in fighters?
You know what? I thought the same thing too, but people that, when camera's not around, they tell me, man, this is really you. Sometimes I be feeling like, I'm overdoing it, but it's just not, that's just me.
You're just on a roll.
That's just me.
That's good to know.
Who else, growing up, who are some of the other favorites in the wrestling world? Who do you, and actually MMA too, I'd like to know, what, who do you look to? You talked about Chuck and Rampage, which is certainly understandable. That was a great feud.
John
Jones?
Don Maroney, Rashad Evans, Tyrone Spong. A lot of guys outside the wrestling world as well. Movie world, Denzel Washington.
What about your fellow Jamaican and my friend Uriah Hall? Does he inspire you at all?
Not at all.
Oh.
Not at all.
So much shade.
No. The audio cut out. I couldn't tell. It was emphatic.
Not at all.
No. No Jamaican connection there. Got it.
No, not at all. I tried over the weekend, and it was like Mickey Mouse saying no to a kid. I went up to him, laid my pride down, And I felt like he dissed me in such a way. It was like, you know what? I just humbled, just say, you know what? One day this guy gonna know who I am.
Oh.
Wait, I'm just gonna say, in his defense, I know how he gets on fight weekend. I wouldn't take it personally if I were you. He gets like that with everybody, including his close friends.
Well, I'm hoping so, because I think highly of him.
Yeah.
And I think he have what it takes to become champ. And that day, I talk highly of him too, especially on the show.
Yeah.
They never aired it. And so, you know, for that to be my first experience to meet him, it was like a little kid, Mickey Mouse to a little kid. Go away, kid, no photo.
Oh, I'm gonna share that with him. I'm gonna be talking to him this weekend. He's back in LA, and I have a feeling it was just because he literally shuts everybody out, his friends, his family, everybody. So don't take it personally.
If you saw him on a Sunday, that might have had something to do with it, because Saturday night wasn't a great one for him.
No, it wasn't.
I saw him on a Thursday.
Right before the fight.
Oh boy, he's cutting
Even worse.
weight. Hey,
Yeah.
brethren, he's cutting weight. You know he's in a bad mood. You know how that goes.
Hey, hopefully, that's what I said to myself to forgive him. Like I'm hoping that, because I'm still a big fan of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's just he was having a bad day. That's the only way I could have stopped being mad at him. Like, you know what? Let me just upset that he's human being and he's go through it at some point in his life. You know, but, you know, I was a little bit disappointed, you know, because like I said, it was like, I saw Donald Cerrone that same, what was it, the morning, and he was like more than happy. I wasn't even talking shit to him, and he was like, man, I love this dude.
Well, yo, one of two things, my friend. Either you're going to have a very good friend in the future with Uriah Hall, or this is going to start another John Jones and Daniel Cormier situation later down the road. Like, yo, you dissed me when I first met you. You're Hollywooding me.
Oh, it could be Rampage and King Mo. You remember?
What's that now?
Remember that? Remember Rampage and King Mo when they meet up for the first time?
And that too, yep. I'm saying.
But it could be that. Either a good friend, but either way, I'm down for whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
What was that?
I was going to ask, going back a little bit to the match, when you went in there, did Gorilla surprise you with anything? Especially, I mean, the way that he wasn't coming at you. He's a longtime veteran of the sport. You know, he fought overseas for many years. What were you thinking there? What was the difference between what you got in the cage versus what you were anticipating prior to that?
I knew what I was anticipating was he was trying to take me down, so I knew what I was looking forward to, and I knew what I was gonna do, so I wasn't really worried about so much about what he was bringing, because I knew once I go back just doing jab, footwork, and movement, nobody gonna stop me, including Michael Bisping.
Oh my gosh.
That's another one you were popping some junk with last night, yeah?
On Tough Talk.
I love Michael Bisping, man. He take nothing personally, take nothing serious.
Yeah.
He's the same way I am.
Did you guys get on yesterday? Got on pretty good? I mean, on the show you were fine.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it doesn't matter, but, you know, I'm just the one that, you know, I'm always have something to say if you feel like you come at me the wrong way. So, and Michael Bisping the same way. You know, he could keep it going for days.
Hey, Jason, talk a little bit about, you know, every week that we have some of the fighters on from your show, we ask them about the atmosphere in the gym and how loud it is and whether or not it affects them and all the cameras and lights and whatnot. And at American Top Team, it was certainly very loud. Dana commented on it as well, that it was like a UFC fight. Can you tell me what that atmosphere was like compared to being at the Black Zillions house?
You know what? I don't know if it's just the way I said it, because I thought it would have been more pressure fighting at home. So that's why I begged to go over to their house, where I know their guy, this their guy, this their man. And, you know, once I go to their house, I had nothing to lose, because everybody already know I'm going to lose. They had it in mind that I was going to lose already. So I was so free going through that, like, whoa, I want to hear boos. I want to hear doubts, because they're...
We got you, man.
There you go.
Oh, still here? I'm so sorry. My son, he's moving all over the place.
It's okay.
I try to camera. Oh man,
We can hear
That's
you,
okay.
man.
We
It's
can
all
still
good.
hear you.
Yeah, go for it.
you can hear me?
Yes, we can.
I'll say I don't even see me then.
Not right now.
Yeah, not right now, but that's okay.
It'll come back.
Okay, with going over there, it was more. I was more relieved because I knew that they had me as the underdog. I was supposed to lose, and this not said, and so I was more calm and relaxed, knowing that I just have to go and do work, and I was free, mentally, my mind. I was so free. All my teammates, they did everything in their power to try to motivate me, but I was too free. I was in another world because this was my dream come through, and Marcelo he had the name. He fought against John Fitch, and it was a close fight. Nobody knew about Jason Jackson. Nobody who know who Jason Jackson is. So I was like, now this the breakout seal fight for me. This the breakout seal. If I beat this guy, everybody gonna know who I am. So I fought this one smart because this one is bigger than every other fight I ever had.
Certainly is. It's a big. You've got more on the line on this show and the match than any other spot in your career. I'd like to talk a bit about your career, though. A couple of things. I am curious.
What?
We found two different records for you on between SureDog.com and MMA.tv. Excuse me. Different listings for your amateur record. I believe that we found the right one on
Amateur
MMA.
record is 5-1.
5-1.
Okay. There you go.
All right. Now,
Amateur. I beat him already.
who's that now?
Who did you beat?
The guy that beat me the one time in amateur,
Michael Lilly, yeah?
Michael Lilly. That was my last pro fight, and I beat him.
Oh, okay.
I was going to ask about that. You have an interesting pattern in your career between amateur and pro. You lost to Michael Lilly as amateur. You beat him as a pro. I also saw you fought two guys with the last name Cintron. I was kind of wondering, was it Efren and Joseph? By chance, were they brothers or cousins or something?
Who knows? I was just running through the whole family.
Oh my God.
Did you know? Was that a thing where are they family?
I don't know if they're related, but
No.
I don't know if they're related.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pay attention to that at all.
We have another fan question for you, Alexis. Go
Yes,
for it.
it's a split question between my question and a fan question. So my question is, because you have such a giant personality, I always wondered, most fighters usually their music refers, since we were talking about reggae earlier, if music affects something to pump you up, or is there something that you listen for fight week and things like that. And then somebody, Renee, actually in the live chat asked, what is your favorite music artist to listen to?
Oh man, I love some Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I came out to Michael Jackson for a couple of my fights, and I gained so much fans. It's not even funny. It's hilarious.
Because of having Michael Jackson?
You know who Michael Jackson is.
Yeah.
And
Of course.
It goes with my personality. It goes with my personality. A happy, joyful person. I come out just moving, and he keep me loose. So, big fan of Michael Jackson. And some of the music that I listen to in the back, I would listen to music to pump the adrenaline, and then a little bit of love music to put it right in between, so I won't be overworked
Whoa.
and burn myself.
A little bit of love music. Give
Hey.
it. Can you name one? Name a song or an artist?
Bob Marley. I love Bob Marley. Everything gonna be all right.
Hey.
Excellent.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
If you don't like Bob Marley, you're probably not part of the human race, yeah?
Oh my word.
But the day when I was gonna fight Gorilla, we couldn't sing on the show, but in my head, it's only one song I kept on humming throughout the whole show. It's that Imagine Dragon, Underdog.
That's a great song. I love that song. So
I don't know it.
you go, man.
I'm not good with names. I have to hear it and then I recognize it.
Yeah.
Good taste, sir.
It was a great question though, because music is. I mean, what do you listen to when you train?
I listen to some Bruno Mars, Treasure.
Nice. I'm noticing a trend here.
It gets me going. It gets me going for sure. I listen to some Wale. I went to his concert over the weekend when I watched my teammates Rumble and Vitor fight. I went to one of his little concert where it was like an honor. So I could see him in person, live in person. So, you know, I love all type of music there is, man. If you actually go through my playlist, you'll be like, what the? You don't listen, that don't go with your character.
Sorry.
What?
Is he still going?
What?
I have a question about, you know, I know you're a little biased being on the Black Zillion team, and you guys are all amazing. But, you know, with American Top Team losing so many weeks, do you think that they are showing their best? Do you think that this is representative of who they are as a team and as individual fighters?
I think they're doing their best, but it's hard. It's a lot of pressure. Just being there. Like when I was there live, everything looks different, and I think they're doing their best. It's just they just came across the wrong set of team. That's just it. But their guys are good. You get what I'm saying? They're good. They're pretty good, but we're just better. That's all it is.
Well, there's one part to this episode in particular, the cliffhanger a little bit that we left off on, where Dana introduces that there's going to be at least the option for both teams to replace two different guys. I've seen this done in past seasons, and it does tend to spice things up a little bit. Is that, what can you tell us about that? Is that just for ATT or the both of you? And any clues on what we can expect to see coming forward?
Both camp have that option of switching out. So, you're gonna see better things and better characters.
Better characters.
Better characters.
All right.
Than you?
I don't know about that, but
Come now.
Well, that's a good teaser for weeks to come.
right?
Yeah, we
That's
like
a good
that.
one, right? That's a good one.
It's excellent.
Let me ask, man, are they, I don't know how much you can answer this, but I'm very curious how much, if the UFC or anybody has kind of given you ideas or impressions about what happens to you guys after the show. Are you guys all picked up, or some people will be picked up?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard of nothing yet.
Huh.
So, I haven't heard of nothing yet, really, with my name involved with it. But if nothing doesn't come about, I got option B. Go start making movies.
Oh,
there you go.
Do you want to be an action star? Is that a goal?
What? Of course. I would love to.
Who would you want to act with? Like, Schwarzenegger or like
He's gonna
any
say
of
The Rock.
I knew
And
The Rock was
Denzel.
going to come up, and Denzel. I was trying to see if there was like another top list,
I might do a film with Ice Cube, Kevin Hart,
Nice.
something that I wouldn't mind getting with those guys. Guys like those are good, to bring out more of my character.
I can see you picking up Kevin Hart over your head and like throwing him somewhere.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
I wouldn't mind, there's a lot of talents out there that I would love to work with that, I could do a little something with my character as well.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a potential Los Angeles move in your near future?
Like I said, wherever the money is calling my name, that's where I'm at.
I was just wondering, because that would be a big change in camp.
Yeah, where the green is, so is the ass-kicking machine, right?
Yes, that's a good one right there.
There you go. You can
Wow.
have that.
There are a lot of good camps out here. A lot of
Bring me over there for a good reason, special mission, and like I said, I always follow my guts.
Yeah.
that's a good way to be.
Talk a little bit about your son. I mean, being a young father and with this budding fight career, how easy or difficult is it? What are some of the challenges of having to juggle the two situations there? And do you want him to be a fighter?
Let me tell you something. Just 1 second. I have to buckle. I'm gonna answer real quick. Just 1 second, please.
Sure.
I'm gonna get right back to that question.
We'll
It's a
talk
good
amongst
question.
ourselves.
That was a question I wanted to ask, because I know a lot of fighters who have children. Some of them want their kids to go into fighting, like my parents and stuff like that. Like my dad's a boxer, grandfather's a boxer, and my mother, she's done kickboxing too, and she was kind of like, I don't know if I want the kids to be involved. 3 black belts later, it's kind of a little too late. So, but I've always wanted to know, especially from a professional standpoint, like, how does that How does that work?
I've heard fighters even in this past week talk about it passionately. Brendan Schaub he's not going to allow his kids to get into fighting at all, or I mean, at least at a young age.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, just because of, I don't want any head damage until they're older.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You know what I mean? But I definitely wouldn't want to get in anybody's way of what they love. But protecting the head while it's growing.
It totally makes sense, because
important.
My brother got his black belt when he was 4. So
how does that happen?
He was 4? No, because he was so talented. He was like, I want to keep going for the next belt, and they're like, it was like nonstop. Yeah, he was the youngest.
4. He doesn't know if he wants what cereal he wants that morning.
That's not how that works. He's determined. He's 12 years old, and he's already a 3rd-degree black belt.
Okay, that's amazing. All right, now we can answer your question about your son, and then we'll wrap
You
up.
there? Ask kicking machine.
So what my son, I mentioned on the show, like, without him, I wouldn't be where I am right now. You know, before, I didn't have no drive. I couldn't find that drive. I had no reason to life or to live.
That's quite powerful.
So, I remember not too long ago, last year, like around this time, I was doing 5 jobs.
We may be losing you now.
losing you. Oh,
JJ?
I think we lost him. Did we lose him? I think we lost him.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's the best question.
I know. No, that was really good too. It sounded like a great answer.
Yeah. There was. I think we were about to see the seriousness of Jason Jackson.
Yes, I know.
That is not in the cage.
It sounded like his kid has given him purpose and motivation, which you hear that a lot actually from people. But we got to wrap up. So, Jason, if you can hear us, thank you so much for joining us. It was fun to speak with you, and we certainly appreciate your time, and best of luck on the rest of the season.
Come back to us when you're here in LA doing action movies, man.
Yes, we'd love to meet you. Jay, where can everybody find you?
I'm telling you guys for the very last time. University of MMA, Sunday evening at 5 o'clock LA time, Club Nogueira in downtown LA. You can find me. Introduce yourself as an AfterBuzz fan. I will buy you a beer. Standing on that one. Otherwise, I'm around social media at JTan716.
Alexis, where can we find you?
You can find me all over the interwebs as atorres890. I know that we had a very long discussion in this chat, so please continue it. Tweet me and everybody here. Jared, I know he's not here because he's sitting there in the sun. He's probably passed out by now. But again, also hang out with me if you like to see the sound or see my face and the sound of my voice. BlackHollywoodLive.com for Geek Nerd Tech. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome. And you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope at Suri Serano. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Afterbuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the Afterbuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterbuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of Afterbuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.